Hello everyone. Today we are gonna develop a bash script that takes backup of given folder. Before jumping into this, I need to show you two Linux commands. These are tar and gzip. Tar stands for tape archive. Originally it was developed to take archive to magnetic tapes. As you know, magnetic tapes are serially accessed device. Because of this, tar concatenates files serially, just like cat command. We don't use tape drives anymore, but you can still use tar to join files together and create a single file from them. We can create an archive with this command tar and then -cf. C for create, F stands for file. So this will be the output file. Let's say archive.tar. And then we should give the file names or folders. Etsy group, Etsy passwd. You can add more files or folder. Enter. Yeah, we can check our archive file. You see it's here and it's like 10 kilobytes. Now we can extract this archive with this command tar-xf. X stands for extract here, file again file, and then archive tar. Yeah, that's how it works. The next command is gzip. To save space, we need to compress our archive files. Remember, tar doesn't do compression. It just concatenates files together. That's why we need gzip. We use gzip command to compress a file and archive, like gzip archive tar, and then ls archive tar gz. See, the extension is changed to tar.gz. So now it is not 10 kilobytes, it's just 1 kilobyte. Actually, tar provides us gzip functionality like this, tar zcf. So remember we had cf previously. Now we are adding z. Z means gzip. Archive tar gz, and then let's say Etsy group, and then Etsy passwd, something like this. So with a single command, you create tar and gzip. So tar concatenates multiple files together, makes a single file, and gzip compress that file. Now we can start develop our script. Let's create a file, vi backup sh, and this will be the first line. Every shell script starts with this line, which specifies the interpreter. Our interpreter will be bin bash. That's the path to our bash binary. It could be Perl or Python script as well. As a starter, let's put our tar command here. So let's say I want to get backup of the cctl configuration files. Okay, let's start with this script. It doesn't do too much, but we will improve it down the road. We need to make it executable. Okay, I'm gonna use 755 and let's run it. Let's check the output file to verify. tmp cctl-tar-gz. Perfect, it works. All right, let's continue. What I'm gonna do now, I want to define my source files and target file like this. And now I can replace these hard-coded values with the variables. So this will be my target. And these two files will be my source. The reason I made it this way is because it's more clear And now I can control my source and target files from a single point. Let's run it. Let's check the output. Yeah, it is still there. Okay, let's continue. This time I'll add timestamp to the target file, because each time when we run the script, it is going to overwrite the previous target file because the file name is hard-coded statically. But I want to keep more than one historical backup. How can I add timestamp to make the file name dynamic? Let's go back to command line because I want to show you date command. We can use date command to get the system date. We can format the output also. For example, date plus percent and F. So this is the most basic format. We can get the year, the month, and the day with this format. I want to be more precise actually. I can add more like hour and then minutes. If we check the system time, you will see we reformat the output. Now let's copy this comment and use it in our script. Vi backup. We need to add it here to the target variable. In Bash, we can append a command's output to a string in two ways. I will use dollar and parentheses like this. Dollar and then parentheses, and inside these parentheses, I'll put my comment. Comment inside the parentheses will be evaluated and the result will be appended to the variable. Let's try this. Rerun the script. ls. As you can see, the file name is changed. Now it includes a timestamp. Let's check the system date. See, this is the system date and we reformatted it and used as a timestamp in our file name. If I run this again, a minute later, for example, we will have another file. It won't overwrite the previous one. Awesome, let's continue. I want to add more flexibility to my script. For example, I want to have ability to set these variables from the command line. What I mean with this, I want to run my script like this, like backup sh, and then param1, and then param2, something like that, param3, whatever. Let's go back to our script. Vi backup. How can I receive the command line parameters from my script? We can use $0, $1, $2, so on and so forth. Actually, let me echo them. I'm going to comment out this line for now. Any line behind hash symbol won't be interpreted. Quit, and let's run it. And now I'm going to give parameters like, let's say, tmp backup sh, I don't know, etc group, etc passwd, something like that. As you can see, this output comes from our echo, so it prints all the parameters I provided from the command line. You see the first parameter actually is the file name, and the rest is the other parameters. I'll paste an if statement here. Let me explain what does it mean. -c tests if a variable empty or not. Our variable $1 here. Exclaimer here means not empty. So if the first parameter is not empty, which means it is provided from the command line, then set the source to that input. If it is empty, our else part, so use the default value we define on the top here. Let's see how this works. Write q backup sh. And now I want to provide my source files, group, and etc passwd. Let's check the file. It is there. Let's check the system date. Yeah, 7/26, 7/25. Yeah, just created. Let's continue to improve our script. I want to add some sanity check for target folder. What if target folder is not exist? In that case, tar will fail. We need to prevent from this. We should check if the target folder is exist. Here you can see target is a full path. We need to extract folder name from that path and check if it is exist. Let me open command line. I want to show you a new comment. There is a comment that returns the folder name for a given full path. It is the name. Let's say cctl, for example, cctl-conf. So as you can see, it returns the directory part of a full path. Now let's go back to our script. I'm gonna add these lines here. Let me explain. I'm getting the folder name from our target variable and assign it to target dir. And then I'm performing a file test. Here -d means if it is a directory. If it is not exist or not a directory, then the check will fail. To test this, I'm gonna set a random target to force our script to exit, like anything here. Let's go back to console and run this. As you can see, it says target folder is not exist or not a directory. If we echo $, it will return us the exit code of the most recent comment. So it is 2 here. Remember, if target is not exist, then it will exit with the exit code 2. That's why we see 2 here. It comes from this line. There are other file tests that worth to mention. -e checks if it is exist. -f checks if it is a regular file. So -f would fail for a directory. Similarly, -t would fail for a regular file. What else we can do here? We can check if the tar command was successful or not. For this purpose, I'm gonna use $? Again. -equal means if equal. Remember, $? Returns the exit code from the most recent comment, which is tar here. So basically, $? Returns if the tar command was successful or not. Please make sure your target and source is correct. I fixed them because we intentionally set them wrong for test purposes. If you remember, when we run this script, we are getting an output from tar command. Let me show you. So these are debug information from tar command. I don't want to see any debug log on the console. What I can do, I can redirect standard out and standard error to dev null. Let's go back to our script. Let me show you how to do this. So 1 for standard out and 2 for standard error. With this, all debug outputs or error logs will go to dev null, basically something like black hole. And let's run this again. Now we only see our echoes. We don't see any debug information from tar command. We can define tar binary as a variable. Why would I do this? Because we might have 2 different tar binaries and I would like to use one of them specifically. And also I can control my binary via this variable. First we need to see where is tar, which returns the path for a given comment, like which tar. So our tar resides in USR bin. Now let's go back to our script and define the tar variable. Actually, let's copy this. Tar bin equals USR bin tar, and now we can replace this command with the variable. Let's run this and make sure it is still working. Yep, it works.